Gamescom 2015, wir sind hier bei 2K und haben uns das neue XCOM 2 mal angeschaut. So, what are essential changes compared to the previous version of XCOM?
The biggest thing that we wanted to do with XCOM 2 was make the game more unpredictable. We wanted to make it an experience that changed every time you fired it up and started a new game. So we did that in a few big ticket ways. We now have procedural maps on the tactical side, and then that feeds into everything else you do on those maps, whether it's procedural objectives or aliens that have far crazier abilities. You don't know what sort of tactical matches you're going to get. And then on the strategy side, the geoscape is blown wide open. You now can travel around the world to different locations, and if you're choosing where you want to travel, instead, you could also go to rumor sites to get specific resources, new resources like intel. There's just far more decision making that can now happen on the strategy side. We have a staffing system that can happen in base. So we have a lot more choice. We wanted to deepen a lot of the mechanics we had, and that's probably the biggest change overall.
So you also have a lot of micromanagement to do. And what has changed from the story aspect?
Yeah, the story we're really excited about. XCOM's a unique strategy title in the sense that narrative is pretty important to it. Both the narrative that's in the player's head with the soldiers, but also the narrative that our writers have made and that you see through these high-impact cinematics. The story takes place 20 years after the events of Enemy Unknown, and in Enemy Unknown, we're taking the canon that you lost. The player lost because XCOM was such a challenging game. We thought it was a captivating setting to say, what if the aliens did take over Earth? And those would be hell of odds stacked against XCOM, where they would have to then rebuild themselves and take Earth back, which then feeds into these awesome mechanics and this awesome long-term curve of let's build ourselves back up and take back Earth. So the story then is very interesting in the sense that you get to re-meet some of these characters, like Officer Central Bradford from the first game, and meet some new characters. Like we met Richard Teigen and Shen, Dr. Shen, who is Raymond Shen's daughter from Enemy Unknown. And they're sort of your anchors for research and engineering. A lot of cool things happen over the course of the game that we're not talking about right now, but it's a pretty cool story.
Okay, and are there some technical progresses concerning the graphics or the performance?
There are. I am really, really excited about the visuals in this game. If you put a screenshot of, the chrysalid next to our new chrysalid or the sectoid next to our new sectoid, the artists have done an incredible job of stepping up the visual bar for this game. And certainly in the tactical game, you'll think you're looking at a AAA third-person shooter, a first-person shooter. We have a physically based rendering system now, which basically means we can have dynamic lighting. The visuals can look that much crisper, that much cleaner, and the level of detail is through the roof. So I'm very, very excited about that. I think our fans are going to be happy, certainly on high-end PCs, with how the graphics look.
Okay, and when will the game be released?
Game is going to be coming out this November on PC.
Okay, so thank you very much for the interview. Ja, das war's dann auch schon wieder hier von der Gamescom. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, dann gebt uns doch einen blauen Daumen nach oben. Über ein Abo würden wir uns natürlich auch sehr freuen. Ansonsten schreibt doch mal in die Kommentare, was ihr so über XCOM wisst, was ihr schon für Erfahrungen gemacht habt und ob ihr euch auch auf den Titel freut. Ansonsten würde ich sagen, tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal.